youngest MP, a blue-eyed of central BJP leadership, at the age of 33, is contesting his second election from Bengaluru South. Thank you so much for joining us, Tejasvi Surya.
Hi Sagai, always nice to see you.
So, lot of people, lot of fan following for you. How is your campaign going on?
Very well, you should get the energy of the crowd once. Bharat Mata Ki! Bharat Mata Ki! Modi once more! 2024! 2024! That's the Josh here.
So there are a lot of leaders came for your nomination day, and how do you see the response from the ground as well as from your leadership support?
Saga, you were there that day.
Yes.
It was a weekday. On a Thursday morning, there were close to 13,000 people who had assembled here to bless me on a nomination day. Voluntarily people had come. That's the kind of support, that's the kind of love that Prime Minister Narendra Modi enjoys in Bengaluru South. People here have a lot of respect and reverence for him, the work that he has delivered. And all over the country today, Sagai, people are realizing that Narendra Modi is a once in a multi-century leader. And it is our responsibility to re-elect him for the good of the nation, for the collective good of all. So the love and support that you are seeing here is actually the love and support that the Prime Minister has earned through 50-60 years of dedicated public service and hard work. It hasn't come overnight. It is 60 years of tapasya that has resulted in this kind of love that people are showering on the Prime Minister. I'm extremely grateful that day that, on the day of my nomination, all important leaders from the state, all important leaders from our constituency, Anurag Thakurji, everybody had come, and the entire campaign here in Bengaluru South is being ably led by our Jainagar MLA and BJP District President Shri Ramurthy ji. I am very, very confident, Sagai, that last time we had won Bengaluru South with 3,30,000 votes margin. This time we will win the seat with a 5 lakh vote margin.
So there are a lot of people around now, so let me ask this question to you. Many say that it's a BJP Bastion. Any small BJP worker contesting from Bengaluru South will win this election, and there were names doing rounds that many union minister might come over here and contest. Why do people have to re-elect you second time from Bengaluru South?
First of all, Sagai, even I am a very small worker of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We all are. And to be very honest with you, today every seat in the country is a safe BJP seat, because that's the kind of wave, that's the kind of tsunami of support that PM Modi enjoys. So this is not an exception to Bengaluru South alone. All 28 seats in Karnataka are BJP bastions. That's the kind of support that Prime Minister Modi enjoys in Karnataka and in Bengaluru especially. Now coming to your specific question of why people must re-elect me. Sagai, the last 5 years, people of the constituency have seen me work with utmost dedication at the time of every crisis. Leadership is always tested in times of crisis, and the biggest crisis the last 5 years was the COVID pandemic. During the COVID pandemic, my office and all of us BJP workers together, we created 350 new ICU beds by revamping 4 defunct hospitals in a record span of 30 days. In our office, we set up the country's largest oxygen concentrator bank, making sure oxygen concentrators were delivered to 1,600 plus people even at the midnight hour. We saved lives. Even before vaccination was made available in private hospitals, In Bengaluru South, we ensured vaccinations were made available at small nursing homes to frontline workers, auto rickshaw drivers, taxi drivers, so that they are protected and virus doesn't spread. At a time when a few officers of the BBMP colluded with a few agents to artificially create a scarcity of beds by blocking the beds and not making it available to the public, calling on the helpline. It was me who exposed the bed scam, got 16 to 17 people arrested by the CCB, and on the very day the bed scam was exposed, from zero availability of beds, 4,500 beds was immediately made available to the people. This is what we did during the COVID pandemic. So hear me out, Sagai, we have done more. Over the last 5 years, we have also done incredible work to push the infrastructure of the city forward. Last 20 years, while Bengaluru, leapfrogged economically, our infrastructure lagged behind. Last 5 years, all the MPs of Bengaluru put together, we have got 1,30,000 crore worth rupees big ticket infrastructure project sanctioned. Suburban rail pending from 30 years got sanctioned in the last 5 years. The STRR, which bypasses the entire city by connecting all entry and exit points of highways, 80 kilometers of that got inaugurated by the Prime Minister 2 weeks ago. The metro connectivity was only 7 kilometers in 2014. It is 78 kilometers today. 75 kilometers of additional metro rail connectivity from Central Silk Board to airport we got sanctioned in the last 5 years. 3-4 months from now in September, RV Road to Bommasandra, Yellow Line Metro will also be thrown open, and people here know the kind of work I have done to expand the metro connectivity in the city. We got 1,500 electric buses to augment and support the BMTC fleet. Bengaluru got in the last 5 years a new international airport terminal at 5,800 crore rupees. UNESCO declared it to be the world's most beautiful airport terminal. From the time of SM Krishna, there was a demand from Bengalurians to set up a US consulate in Bengaluru. Hang on, please. US consulate in Bengaluru. No, please hang on. US consulate in Bengaluru, which got approved in the last 5 years.
Yes.
To keep Bengaluru safe, I had met Amit Shah ji and we had got an NIA office sanctioned in Bengaluru, which is now investigating the Rameshwaram blast. So from keeping Bengaluru safe, to bringing infrastructure to Bengaluru, to expanding the Jan Aushadhi Kendra networks in the constituency to make it the constituency in the country with the largest network of Jan Aushadhi Kendras. It was 14 in 2019, it is 132 today. In every aspect I have stood with the people of this constituency is why I am very confident that we will win the seat with a 5 lakh margin.
So I know that you have done all these things. Probably I need to ask more time from the producer to edit this and put it on. And talking about Bengaluru South, the beauty of Bengaluru South is this, that you can walk on the roads. You need not go on the car, or you need not use the public transport. You have 2 sides of tree and everything is in place. You have park, you have grounds and everything. In a nutshell, what is the blueprint for Bengaluru South?
Common minimum program for Bangalore. You put it that way.
Sir, the next 5 years, we are going to be focusing on, see Sagai, in a constituency, in a city like Bengaluru, no MP can work for just their constituency. STRR that I worked so hard to get approved, not a single kilometer comes in my constituency. The metro 75 kilometers that I spoke of, only 3 kilometers comes in our constituency. So we have to work collectively for Bengaluru as a city. Now what are we going to be doing? There is a proposal already of starting a circular ring railway around Bengaluru, just like the satellite town ring road, which is going to greatly decongest the city. In the next 5 years, we are going to focus on that. The satellite town ring road is a 268 kilometer project. 80 kilometers of that is complete and thrown open to public. As fast as possible, we will complete the remaining portion. The CMP, the Comprehensive Mobility Plan of Bengaluru, envisages a 317 kilometers of metro connectivity within the city. So we are going to push to make sure that metro is the most preferred public transport in the city. Just like how Delhi Metro is the preferred transport for public transport in Delhi, we will be making NaMo Metro very accessible and omnipresent everywhere in the city. So the focus is primarily going to be towards this. And personally also, this time, having realized how acute the water crisis was, collectively, along with the state government, along with the local municipality, along with citizen groups, I want to work towards a long-term solution to protect water security in the city, because without water, the city cannot grow. And of course, in the last 5 years, I have also been a champion, a supporter of the city startup ecosystem.
About
I have led
groundwater?
groundwater, Kaveri water, generally water security of the city as a general support. Over the last 5 years, whether it is angel tax issue, whether it is EV related issues, whether it is GST related issues of startups, I have led multiple delegations to various ministers to champion the cause of the startups in the city, because Bangalore is a startup capital. So even in the coming years, we will look forward to creating a more encouraging environment for startups, because they are the real wealth creators, they are the real innovators, they are the real R&D guys who are actually giving Bengaluru the edge. So we will do that. We will push Bengaluru. Saga, I have spoken in the parliament also. I have said this very sentence: you give 1 rupee to Bengaluru, and Bengaluru will give 100 rupees to the country. That's the kind of potential that the city has. So we will focus on bringing more infrastructure. We will bring the last 2 decades, while the city has leaped forward economically, our infrastructure has unfortunately lagged behind. We are going to fix that just the way we were doing the last 5 years. We are going to push for that over the next 5 years as well.
11 out of 28 candidates announced by Congress are either children or family members of sitting ministers or senior leaders, including your opposition candidate from Bengaluru South, Soumya Reddy, is a daughter of Minister Ramling Reddy. How do you see this?
It just reflects the bankruptcy of leadership in the Congress party at all levels. At all levels. If the Congress party cannot find one person amongst its workers, amongst its cadre, amongst its karyakartas to contest the elections in 11 Lok Sabha seats in Karnataka, then it is an indication of how the Congress party is facing leadership crisis at all levels. Second, the Congress party today resembles a feudal system. You have one big feudal lord family at the top, and then you have all these satraps and the local feudal families below that. So it's a collection of a few feudal families. This is what the Congress party is today unfortunately reduced to.
So, but if you notice, the same kind of allegations against your party as well, where senior leaders from your party, Yatnal, K. Ishwarappan, Sadananda Gowda, accuse that one single family is taking care of your BJP party, operating BJP party in the state of Karnataka. And your leader, K. Ishwarappa, has been a rebellion now. He is contesting as an independent candidate. How do you see these allegations against your own party as well?
You can sit here.
Yeah.
See, what has happened in the case of the Congress party is very different, because the Congress party is in complete control by just one family, and in Karnataka that family control has percolated to every Lok Sabha constituency as well. Take the case of the BJP. This time, so many new candidates were fielded. Captain Brijesh Chauta from Mangalore, Dakshina Kannada, a young retired army officer. He is given an opportunity. He doesn't come from any political family. And this is not just one name. There are many cases of this kind across the state where young leaders are identified, given opportunities, groomed, and are being respected. It is, I wouldn't say that every case is such that even in the BJP. But the BJP is not a political party that is in the control of one particular family or a group of families. It is a cadre-driven party, and the workers of the party are the real owners of the party.
How do you see the revolt of K.S. Ishwarappa?
Well, he is a very senior leader. He demanded ticket for his son from Haveri, and for various political reasons the party's leadership has fielded former CM Bomaiji from there. Naturally, he is upset that his son has not got a ticket. I am sure that the party's leadership, others will be able to convince him to understand the big picture. He was earlier the state president of the party. He has contributed immensely to grow the party to what it is in Karnataka. Therefore, for a man of his stature, I am very confident that he will understand the big picture and definitely support the party at such crucial times of elections. I have immense respect for Ishwarappa as a person because he's been an outspoken advocate on the ideology of the party, of the the interest of the workers of the party. I'm sure he will understand and support the candidature of B.Y. Raghavendra, with full support.
We have seen the kind of clout that you enjoy amongst people in Bengaluru South. There are few set of people who believe that Tejasvi Surya is a poster boy. He never meet the people or is not accessible to few set of people. How do you see these kind of allegations against you from the constituency?
Sagai, if I was not accessible to people, do you think people will be showering so much of love on me?
And these also allegations by your opposition candidates from reality.
See, honestly, Sagai, I do not want to comment anything about the opposition because honestly, this election is an election to elect the country's Prime Minister. On 26th of April, when Bengaluru goes out to vote, people are going to be voting to answer one question. Who should lead the country for the next 5 years? And people will vote in overwhelming majority in favor of Narendra Modi because people have seen his work. They have seen the kind of life he has led. They have seen the dedication with which he has been serving the people over the last 10 years. So candidates of the opposition party are immaterial in this election. People are going to vote to decide the country's Prime Minister. That's the issue. That's the only issue in this election. Everything else is just fluff.
If you notice, the Congress have already started an ad campaign saying that the Modi government has not addressed the cost of living of the people. The cost of living has increased ever since Prime Minister Narendra Modi has come. And this is the ad campaign of Congress and India Alliance. How do you see this?
Just again shows how the Congress party and the India Alliance is so far-fetched from the ground reality. The India Alliance, Sagai, that reminds me when we are having Chow Chow Bath. The India Alliance is also this kind of a Chow Chow Bath. Mixed. This at least tastes very good, but absolutely mixed up, confused, and absolutely no clarity on what their narrative is. The 10 years of the UPA government, Sagai, marked. Let's take this in.
Yeah.
The 10 years of the UPA government was marked by double-digit inflation and low growth. This was what the 10 years of the UPA was. Whereas the last 10 years of the Modi government has been close to double-digit growth and controlled inflation. Just take the case of LPG cylinders. The cost of non-subsidized LPG cylinders in January 2014 was almost what it is today. And people are saying there is, government has not taken steps to control inflation. From the time of the COVID pandemic, to protect the poorest of poor Indians, the Modi government has made available free ration for 80 crore Indians. We have already given it for 5 years and the Prime Minister has already made provisions for the next 5 years. This is the biggest Modi guarantee. This is how the government has addressed inflation. And even at the time of Ukraine-Russia crisis, whether it was wheat, whether it was palm oil, whether it was any such imports, even during the time of the peak of COVID when supply chain, the logistics, everything was disrupted, even at those times, we have managed to control inflation. Compare the inflation of the country with inflation of other nations who also had to face the same challenges of COVID and the Ukraine-Russia war. Look at how they are faring and look at how we have performed exceedingly well. So the opposition today is unfortunately left with no real issues, which is why they try to cook up, fake issues, propaganda. But Sagai, the more I am traveling amongst people, the more I realize the collective intelligence of the Indian voter must be respected. He knows what is good for him. he knows what is right for the nation, he will make the right choice.
So you have also ordered a suite much before June 4th. How confident you are, and where do you see yourself after the June 4th result, as an MP or a future union minister?
Sagai, 5 years ago, I never imagined that I will be one day a member of parliament, that too at the age of 28, from a constituency like Bengaluru South. I had joined the, please have the coffee. I actually don't have coffee much. Please have. So, 5 years ago, Sagai, I had never dreamt that one day I will be a member of parliament from BJP from a city like Bengaluru South. I have joined the BJP because I believe in the vision of the party. I believe that this is a platform, this is a party which can actually create prosperity and development for Indians. That this is a party that is committed to Hindutva. I subscribe to the worldview of this party. I am a soldier, a worker of the party. I have come to party 5 years ago with that vision. Party has given me this opportunity. Party has made me the national president of the Yuva Morcha. I don't know what the party will do tomorrow. Whatever the party will decide, I will do.
You'll accept it?
No, I am a soldier of the party. I take my work one day at a time. I am a very, very committed foot soldier of the Prime Minister. I am here to work to fulfill his vision of Viksit Bharat in whatever capacity. If tomorrow party will tell me to go to some tribal hamlet in Chhattisgarh and work for the party there, I will still do that. Because I believe in the vision of the party. I believe that this is the party that can actually make India Viksit Bharat, and this is a party that is committed to Hindutva. These are the two basic reasons why I joined the party 10 years ago.
But there are also accusations against you that you are quite communal, whether it comes to bread walking scam that you have exposed. People say that you are targeting one particular community. Even in Nagarpet, there are allegations that you were trying to incite communal violence there.
Saga, you should tell me, if fighting for the justice for a victim, is that instigating communal violence? You saw on CCTV camera how an innocent shopkeeper who was playing Hanuman Chalisa within the precincts of his shop was by a mob brought out and thrashed open in daylight. When he approaches the police, the state government interferes and does not allow for a FIR to be registered. I go and stand in his defense, ask for the FIR to be registered, for justice to be given. Is this communal? Unfortunately, in this country, if you stand for the rights and justice of a community and that community happens to be the majority community, then unfortunately you are branded as communal. But if you stand in favor of the perpetrators, of the ones who have actually committed the violence, then you are hailed as some kind of an ambassador of Aman Ki Asha. I am a man who works on the basis of the courage of conviction that I have. I went there in support of a young man who, for no fault of his, was publicly thrashed by a rowdy mob. I will do that again tomorrow.
Okay. And talking about Guru Raghavendra Bank, we know that you have worked hard to get some kind of cap to be changed in that particular reimbursement that you were supposed to get from Reserve Bank of India. But many of them feel that that they have not got the funds. Only few depositors from Guru Raghavendra Bank got the money. They are accusing against you that you haven't heard them, you haven't addressed the issue of Guru Raghavendra Bank.
I don't think the common investor, the common depositor who has actually seen me work for this will make this kind of an allegation, unless of course as there is a small section who are being influenced by the Congress for whatever reasons, you know them. Since 2019, since the bank went into trouble, if there is one person who has stood behind the depositors rock solid, it is me. Not just inside of Parliament, but even in courts. I argued in the Karnataka High Court more than 4 occasions on behalf of the depositors to protect their interests. Inside the courtroom, I have fought for them. On the streets, I have fought for them. Inside the parliament, I have fought for that.
They are doing social
one
media
second.
campaigns saying that there
One
are
second.
also
Hang on, what
BJP
has
leaders
happened?
who have took loans and have not
One
paid.
second, Sagai, 1 second. Now, what are the things that I did? With Nirmala Sitharamanji's support, we amended the Banking Regulation Act and got all cooperative banks in India under the supervision of the RBI for the first time in the country's history. Why did the Congress party not do this all these years? If they had brought the RBI under cooperative banks under RBI's supervision, such frauds would never have taken place. Fraud of this kind, of the fraud of the PMC kind. I brought that changes. Then we brought change to the Deposit Insurance Guarantee Act. From 50,000 rupees, we increased to 5 lakh rupees and made it mandatory for the payments to be made within 90 days. Out of the 42,000 odd depositors, close to 35,000 depositors in this bank have got their dues cleared. Cleared. This is the only cooperative bank in history where close to 80% of depositors have got their complete dues cleared. Now there are still about 7,000 odd depositors whose deposits need to be addressed. We are trying to revive the bank, but it's a 2,000 crore rupee fraud. I have tried our level best to find investors of that magnitude who can invest. I am very confident that in the coming days we will be able to revive this bank. This is not the only bank. Because of the policy changes I brought, even another bank in our constituency called the National Cooperative Bank also is under distress. But the people of that bank are in a safe position today, are confident today that their interests will be protected because we did the amendments to the DICGC Act.
But how do you see their allegations that even a few BJP leaders had took loans from Guru Raghavendra Bank and defaulted, and that is the reason BJP government is not taking any action?
Action should be taken by the state government, the CID, etc. For me, a depositor interest protection is of paramount interest. I don't know who has taken loans from this bank. I am not the bank manager or administrator. My point is, whoever has taken the loan,
Irrespective of parties.
100%, it is public money. Whether it is BJP, Congress or JDS, action should be taken against those people to recover the dues, irrespective of which political party they are a part of. The money belongs to the depositors. And my priority is to protect the interests of the depositors. Show me another MP in all of India, Sagai, who to protect the interests of depositors has not only fought inside of the parliament, but has also donned the black robe and fought inside of courtrooms to protect the interests of a cooperative bank's depositors. I have done that, which is why people stand behind me and support me. Even in the nomination rally a couple of days ago, there were hundreds of depositors, old, senior citizens from Guru Raghavendra Bank who had joined me in the rally to bless me.
The charm of South Bengaluru is their eateries.
Yeah.
Which is your favorite eatery and what is your election campaign diet?
Well, I
you
keep
keep
eating
roaming,
everywhere. Sagai, this is in fact my third breakfast of the day because people keep organizing programs and I keep going everywhere. I like all kinds of food. I'm a vegetarian, so I eat everything vegetarian everywhere. SLV is famous for their coffee. Mayas, of course,
Filter
is famous
coffee.
for their
South Bengaluru filter coffee.
Filter coffee. Mayas, of course, is famous for their filter coffee. MTR for their rabe idli. Cool Corner for their masala dosa. So,
And you have tried in all these places.
Absolutely. I mean, the whole city knows that I am a big foodie. In fact, I'll tell you something very interesting. Recently, I was at this very old restaurant called NMH.
Okay.
And I was, sitting and talking about metro and all of these to people. And this September, we are inaugurating the metro yellow line.
Okay.
So once that was done, after I was done speaking about that, one of the people who was sitting there came up to me and said, "Sir, I have one more request. Say, metro you have got done, this you have got done. Sir, now I want COVID ke baad. There's this restaurant called Cool Corner in National College, Basman Gudi." He said, "Sir, they have stopped their onion uttapam, so please get that onion uttapam restarted."
Okay, that is also part of your manifesto now.
So that's the kind of, that's also the kind of relationship I share with people of the constituency. Perhaps I'm the only MP in all of India whom the constituents can come, if they're young, say, "Hey bro, how are you?" women of my mother's age can come and hold my cheeks, bless me, and say, thrust a phone in my hand.
We have seen that, yes.
Yes, thrust a phone in my hand and say, hey, take a selfie for me. I'm not able to take a selfie. So this kind of love, this kind of affection,
relationship that you have.
it's a very personal relationship that I share with all my voters in the constituency, old, young, alike, all across socio-economic backgrounds. Over the last 5 years, Sagai, more than 3,000 students in our constituency, we have given scholarships for 10,000 rupees amount of scholarships to more than 3,000 kids in our constituency. I run a free dialysis center. Every month, more than 750 free dialysis we do. Every month in my office, up to 5,000 rupees for 1,000 patients, old patients, we give free medicines. So we have a large oxygen concentrator bank in our office. So much of these welfare measures that we have taken for the poorest, I get tremendous amount of love and respect from them. So this is a very personal relationship, and I cherish this, respect it, and I'm eternally grateful for the love that I have shown.
While addressing one of the public gathering, you said that you are a cricket enthusiast. I know that now you might not be watching IPL because of your busy schedule of election campaign, but which is your favorite team and who is your favorite player?
Of course, RCB, and I really hope, like a million other Bengalurians, that finally we can get to say Isala Cup Namde when the men's team win. I'm so happy that our girls team could actually make it happen. I don't think any other IPL franchisee, any other team has the kind of die-hard loyal fans like the RCB has, the crazy fans that RCB has. So, request to Virat Kohli, bro, please do something. Okay, please do something. Ee sala cup namda agle beku, so please do something.
Okay, thank you so much. Good luck. And as South Bengaluru and Anant Kumar is quite synonymous, likewise, we hope that the future of South Bengaluru will be synonymous with Tejasvi Surya.
Thank you so much.
And
Saga.
looking
You have
forward,
always been a big source of support. Thank you so much.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.